Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Thank you to those guys who have subscribed. Thank you to those guys who have just been viewing the video. Everything is important. Your views, your likes, your subscribes, everything is important to grow the channel. And hopefully one day we will become a big channel. But yeah, guys, let's get to it. News of the day. Mhango is not coming to Chiefs. Apparently, Mhango signed for Swallows. So Mhango has decided to say, I hire Queen. He's not signing for it. Kaizer Chiefs. He's decided with yena his Khanuch yena ugrand Chiefs, but it's probably because Kaizer really wasn't really negotiating there. But at the end of the day, this is what's gonna be said. Bobo Mutaung was right. So Bobby Mutaung said, Mhango, no, 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 no. So what Bobby said is now the truth. The Mhango thing to Kaizer Chiefs was never happening. But the question is, why but we still say if Bobby was saying all signings were handled by Kaizer, it was never 100%. But what I'm saying is maybe it's a question yokuthi Amazulu wanted money before they released Mhango, then Chiefs walked away. And you know what happens when Chiefs walk away, these teams do side deals that somehow don't involve Kaizer Chiefs. I think Litsualo was one example where Chiefs were asked to pay like about 8 million for Litsualo, and Chiefs was like, I no ways, 8 million for a guy who's just mainly been scoring a penalty. Then when Chiefs walked away, these guys did a side deal where they sold him for like 3 million to Isikukuni. So those are the kind of things we have to deal with as Kaizer Chiefs. As Kaizer Chiefs, we have to understand, Guti, there's a player price, and then there's a Kaizer Chiefs price. When Chiefs went to Amazulu, Umahango's price was maybe 6 million. But Mhango is not even playing. So Chiefs probably went there with what? 2 million, saying, you guys don't want this guy, so just bring him. And then Amazulu was like, Fanelen Patal 6 million. But now, apparently, it's like they let him go for Mahala. So that's what happened. But I will say this, guys, and this is one thing I want to say. When Kaizer Mtaung Senior was in charge, we never had these issues. We used to pay fair prices, etc., etc. So it's showing you today is that Kaizer Mtaung's sons, Bobby no Kaizer Jr., are struggling to get respect out of club owners, to get them to respect the deals, to get them to accept the deals, to get them to negotiate better. What's happening is that club owners are putting up a big price and they are not budging. They say, we'd rather you will, if you say 8 million, we say 8 million. And then what happens is that apparently also, this is also another issue with when Chiefs does deals. Let's say we want Usanele Barnes from Richards Bay. If we want Usanele Barnes from Richards Bay, let's say Usanele Barnes, Richards Bay would be willing to pay to get 3 million for Usanele Barnes. Then when Kaizer Chiefs arrives and says, okay, if this guy is 3 million, can we buy him? What's going to happen is that Sanele Barnes' agent, what is most likely, chances are it happens, but it's rumors, is that Sanele Barnes' agent goes and tells the world, he leaks the news that Chiefs wants the player. But then what then happens is that then the player goes from being worth 3 million to being worth like 8 million. And when these things one thing I want you guys to understand is that when an agent does this, it's because when the player signs, the agent gets a bonus for signing. So it's like if you earn commission, and then they say if you sell a player for 3 million, maybe you get 10%. That means that you're gonna get about 300k somewhere there. But if they say this player is 8 million, and when you sign that player to an 8 million contract, you as the agent will get a signing bonus of like 800k. So that's what the agents do. They want to get those smolanyana money deals for themselves. So that's why they make these big prices. Then obviously Chiefs doesn't want to pay big prices. Then what tends to happen is that Sundowns, if Sundowns really wants the player, they'll go and sign that player for that 8 million, etc. But a lot of the times when Chiefs pulls away, they go back to that original price when they see that no one will buy with that 8 million. So, and Sundowns doesn't want that player, and Pirates doesn't want that player. Then they go back to the original price of 3 million. But Chiefs that time has now walked away from the deal. So it's things like that, guys. But anyway, let's talk about the starting lineup. Starting lineup, what I predict for tomorrow is that it will most likely be Peterson in goals. Peterson has been our most sure keeper so far, but I will say this: ever since Kune's father Dinkley has arrived, I think, guys, mina ngiyacabanga ukuthi uDinkle is gonna play Ukune. So why do I say Dinkley will play Ukune? There's always that one person who gets the best out of people. And I think Dinkle knows how to get the best out of Okune. So Kune may be in his best form right now because of Dinkle. So chances are Kune will play. Plus, Ukune has his distribution yomhlaba. So if Kune is in tip-top form, I think Ukune will play. But I just don't know what they'll decide on the day. But for me, if someone wakes me up in the middle of the night and then it's like, hey, when Vuga, Ketty goalkeeper, without a doubt, I'll say Kune. I won't even start, I'll say Kune. But we don't know where his mind is at. So that one we'll see. Left back, I'll say it's probably Shanti, but it's probably gonna be Shanti if Dove hasn't recovered from that muscle pull that he got during the younger game. So if Dove has recovered from that muscle pull, then it will most likely be Dove, because Dove, I think, will work better in the left back now, because Udove, I don't think is a player who goes up, and Udove knows how to, manage the game. But for me, if someone had to ask me and said, yeah, who do you think where would you like Dove to play? Mina, I would say center back, or I would also even try him as a defensive midfielder. Maybe partner him with Castillo. That is me. The reason why I say this is because Dove showed so much composure last season, so much, that sometimes I think maybe his best position was center back, or maybe we can try him at defensive midfielder. Like, just put Castillo on the right, put Dove on the left, and let's see what could happen. Because Dove was one of those center backs who was playing passes to the midfielders. He was finding the midfielders, unlike some of our center mids. They weren't doing that. Our defensive mids, they weren't doing that. But anyway, Dove left back. Center back is obvious. Ditlhoko and Mhango, those are going to be our obvious players. I think this season we must accept Kuti. Those two will play. Unless it's smaller teams. So from what Unqobo was doing in preseason, I think Unqobo will get some game time this season more than last season. Right back. Me, who I always prefer, based on last season performances, I don't know if they're in form now, but I always prefer Solomons over Frosler, because Solomons recovers better when he goes up and he creates more chances on the right. That's why I say I prefer Solomons, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like they prefer to play Ufrosler, because Ufrosler is more of a natural right back. So it seems like they're going to play Ufrosler. Defensive midfielder, this one I think they're going to play it safe, and they're going to play Castillo and Sitebe. So they're going to play Castillo and Sitebe to try not to concede goals, because Chiefs has been leaking goals, so they're probably going to play Castillo and Sitebe. Is it perfect? No. Are they the best defensive midfielders in the country? No. But at this point, I don't know. I don't. For some reason, I feel like they might see Sitebe will combine better with the players than Omat. But Omat is also good. So you never know sometimes with Sitebe and Mat. But yeah, Castillo, I think he will for sure play. And Sitebe will also play. But we'll see how that one goes. And then in front of them, this one is a difficult one. But it's either going to be for me Danzane and or Nkosimpile Ngcobo. So I love Nkosimpile Ngcobo, but his recovery is bad. So I'm not sure if they will trust him, but I like Nkosimpile Ngcobo. I just don't know if they're going to trust him for the opening game, because they don't like throwing these talented guys in the deep end like Apomdu, Nabangcobo. So it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, especially because from what we've seen from Tanzania in the previous games, he does not seem to be in his best form. So with that, I'll just say maybe they're gonna start Tanzania ahead of Ungobo. But Ungobo has shown to be in better form in preseason than Tanzania. So it would make sense if they started Ungobo. But you never know with the management how they're gonna do things. Yeah. And then left wing will probably be Dolly or Ashley. Ashley played some few minutes, so we know Yena he's recovered. Dolly hasn't played any game, so we don't know if he's still injured or whatever. But if Dolly and Ashley are fit, chances are they'll play Dolly because Dolly is like captain, senior player, etc. So I think they may play Dolly if Dolly is sorry guys, if Dolly is fine. So maybe we'll play Dolly. Right wing, this one, I think they're going to play Umdu Shabalala. This is just my assessment. I think Umdu Shabalala will play on the right wing. That's my assessment because I think they might be planning this season to play Umodi and Dolly on the right and just make them switch all the time so they can get chance to play on those sides and then obviously get Mpotsani and Saile to replace them, etc. and do Shabalala, etc. But for this game, it only makes sense for them to start to Shabalala. Shabalala was one of the better players in preseason, so why that boy would not be on the field on Sunday, I don't know. Don't find a lawyer. He deserves his scheme. He deserves his scheme. So Mtu Shabalala, I'll say on the right. And then striker Ranga, if he's obviously fit. We don't know if they're gonna play him, but if Ranga is fit, it will definitely be Ranga Chivaviro will be strike. And then after, if Ranga is not fit, then it's definitely gonna be Ashley Dupree, because I don't think they'll play Usaile in the first game. But I may be wrong because they played him in 2 preseasons. But if Ashley is fit, I think chances are they'll play Ashley. But yeah, that's the squad I think will most likely play. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me, are you ready? The league has started. Games are playing. Pirates is Sundowns is playing. Pirates and Super Sports Saturday. Chiefs Sunday. Chiefs best for last. We know. Cherry on the cake. Yeah, guys, tell me what you guys think. It's gonna be an interesting weekend. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna watch our teams play, and it's gonna be rocking, guys. And yeah, we all heard the Thabo Qele issues. Go to Thabo Qele. Now his team there in Europe has come in to put spanners in the works. According to publications, they say now they're wanting Chiefs to pay some money. So, because Kaizer Motaung is there in Europe, we never know. Interesting fact. I wanted to add this, guys. When Kaizer is in Germany, do you remember last season? There were players who came to Chiefs for trial. It was like a defensive midfielder slash defender guy, and it was like a striker guy, and they played for like a third division German team. So it's not very far fetched to think Goto Kaizer is actually looking for players there. So this Kaizer Chiefs striker from Germany and defender from Germany is very possible because at one point last season, these guys actually came to Chiefs to trial. 2 guys from Germany, a Germany team came to Chiefs to trial, I think around the Sahile time. They came to trial at Chiefs, and we don't know what happened with that assessment, etc. But so Kaizer may be there for Kele, number one, most important, because Poland, Germany is close to each other. But he may be there for a strike. So tell me what you guys think. Amakhosi for life.